Hello, everyone. This is Bobby. Welcome to episode 109 of SoulsBorne Battle to the Death. We're going to pick two random SoulsBorne bosses, and then they will be given a building to demolish. And whoever demolishes their building the fastest will be the winner. We have a building in town that is being demolished. Actually, by the time you watch this, it will probably be demolished already, but unfortunately, there is a little dispute as to the historic nature of the building. And a lot of people's argument, including mine, to that is, you didn't care 2 years ago, so why do you care now? So, but the problem is the building is about to collapse in the middle, out into the road and on other people's houses. So, it's a problem. So, there's just no way to save it. So they have to demolish it. So it just is what it is. So, yeah. What are you going to do? The battlefield has been cleared. It can house any and all SoulsBorne bosses, and it has housed all of them at least twice in SoulsBorne Battle Royals that we have held in the past. This little generator holds pretty close to 100 SoulsBorne bosses and some special spots that can create some interesting scenarios. So we're going to stop this wheel, and we are going to see who the first participant is going to be on episode 109 of SoulsBorne Battle to the Death. Right card, Lord of Blasphemy. It's right card, Lord of Blasphemy, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, he's quite a boss. He's difficult for a lot of reasons, and he's a sight to behold for sure. Definitely a. I mean, I know that George R.R. Martin helped write Elden Ring, but I have to think that the bosses in Elden Ring are the creation of our Lord and Savior Miyazaki. I mean, I'm sorry. I'm always constantly clearing my throat. But Miyazaki has created so many amazing bosses, and Rykard is no exception. Yeah, Rykard, Lord of Blasphemy, is certainly not a boss to look at and just thumb your nose. He's definitely a pain in the ass, and he can definitely create a lot of problems. So landing on him on SoulsBorne Battles of Death is certainly a big deal and could possibly be a main event fight. So you get no complaints out of me. We're going to take this wheel for another spin. We are going to decide the opponent for Rykard, Lord of Blasphemy, and having him demolish buildings is certainly a worthy use of Rykard, Lord of Blasphemy. So he is certainly a good boss to choose for such an endeavor. So that's a good thing. That's a good thing. I think we have picked a good boss for that. So I guess we'll have to see if he has a worthy competitor for such a job. All right. We have Rykard, Lord of Blasphemy, on one end of the battlefield, and on the other end of the battlefield, we have Aldrich, Devourer of Gods. Ladies and gentlemen, sorry. Throw it again. This is a main event fight anywhere in the world. Actually, we have two different bosses that want to devour the gods or defeat the gods. So this is really, really, really interesting, I think. Wow. The more I think about it, the more I think about what a hell of a fight this is. So I am not complaining about that at all. This is a big one, folks. This is definitely a big one. But I cannot give you my opinion now because The legal department's going to be mad. So we are going to go to the contractually obligated bio. So let's have a look at Rykard, Lord of Blasphemy. Rykard, Lord of Blasphemy, is the son of Radagon and Renala, and the sibling of Rani and Radon. They really like their R names over there, don't they? At some point, Radagon decided he wanted to trade up, at least in his mind, and then he left Renala to be with Queen Marika, and then Marika made all the kids demigods, so I guess that was a good deal for them. Serving under the Golden Order, Rykard was a ruthless justiciar, assuming I pronounced that correctly, probably not. He commanded a company of inquisitors who tortured those who would be against the Golden Order, more or less, such as the Albinaurics. He spent time in the volcanic lands of Mount Gelmir, and also apparently traveled to a foreign land where he came back with a dancer by the name of Tanith, who became his consort. Rykard's blasphemous intentions led him to assist Rani in the Night of the Black Knives, and Rani rewarded him with a slab of rock, which it was engraved with the traces of the Rune of Death, which would allow him to challenge the Black Beast of Destined Death should the, quote, coming trespass one day transpire. I would be asking for a different prize if that were me, but that's just me. That's just how I feel. When Queen Marika shattered the Elden Ring and the War of the Shattering commenced, Rykard led a blasphemous campaign against the Erdtree and the Greater Will, and the rebels came to his side. They came to be known as recusants. His ambitions made him a worthy sovereign. People wanted to follow him against the Erdtree. So, yeah, Rykard was not without his followers, that's for sure. One day, Rykard woke up on the wrong side of the bed and decided to feed himself, great rune and all, to the blasphemous servant that dwelled inside Mount Gelmir. And in the final minutes before being devoured, he had a vision of a future where he witnessed a serpent devouring the world. After being devoured by the servant, you will be shocked to find that Rykard lost his mind. He began devouring his greatest champions, and together in the belly of the serpent they became his family. And you will also be shocked to find that his forces abandoned him after this. They decided to try to find ways to put Rykard down for good, and no one was really successful. They couldn't find a way to do it. The search began for a weapon that could finally put Rykard to rest once and for all, and then the Serpent Hunter was eventually found, but still, all attempts on his life failed. The spear was eventually left in Rykard's chambers by a former recusant who had hoped that a worthy champion would come along and finally put Rykard to bed, eventually. And there Rykard resides until one day you come along and wield the Serpent Hunter and finally put him to rest once and for all. So, and then, when you actually wield the Serpent Hunter and do the fight, it kind of makes you wonder what the problem was. It's really not that difficult. I mean, it is difficult. I shouldn't say that. The Rykard fight is not without its difficulties, but once you have the Serpent Hunter, I mean, you can basically hit him from across the level. So it's like, why did you guys have so much trouble once you had a hold of the spear? I can see why you had trouble before. He's kind of basically surrounded by lava, and he can hit you from like half the distance of the entire boss level. So, yeah, I get why it would be a problem beforehand, but after, I don't really know. They must have really had problems. So they must have really not known how to fight in order to not be able to deal with Rykard after getting their hands on the Serpent Hunter. So, that being said, as I said earlier, it's still a difficult fight in its own right. It's not like I haven't had my issues with it myself. So Rykard is always a worthy competitor, and always a welcome sight in SoulsBorne Battle to the Death, as long as you're not standing across the arena from him. It's a welcome sight for us, because, you know, we get to pit him against somebody and imagine who he would fight and how such fight would commence. So, yeah, Rykard, Lord of Blasphemy, is a very interesting boss, and, you know, even in the world of Dark Souls and Bloodborne and Elden Ring, there aren't too many bosses that, their backstory is they get devoured by a creature, and that's their. I mean, that's not their whole story, but, you know, it's not Rykard's whole story, but, you know, that's basically their fate. They choose to get devoured by another creature. So, yeah, Rykard's unique, I guess, in that way, and an appearance by him is always an interesting time in SoulsBorne Battle to the Death. Aldrich, Devourer of Gods. At one time, Aldrich was a cleric in the Way of White, which originated in Irithyll, the Boreal Valley, which implies that Aldrich may have been a descendant of the gods of Anor Londo. Despite his status as a man of the cloth, serving the gods, Aldrich was actually a depraved cleric who delighted in devouring humans and indulging in their last screams, which makes me wonder how he got to his position in the first place, but that's just me. Eating people became so routine for him that it bloated his body and gradually turned it into sludge, because Dark Souls. When Pontiff Sulyvahn rose to power in Irithyll, the Boreal Valley, Aldrich's habits may have drawn unwanted attention to Pontiff. So Pontiff may have had him exiled to the Cathedral of the Deep, which I kind of wonder how Pontiff got that power, how he was able to do so, but he found a way, so more power to him. Apparently, the Cathedral of the Deep specialized in rituals of purification from stagnant darkness, which Pontiff hoped would contain Aldrich's terrible habit. When Aldrich was posted at the cathedral, he was provided with a new steady flow of sustenance, which resulted in the Road of Sacrifices. Evangelists would be dispatched to the Road of Sacrifices, and they would tell stories of enlightenment, and then they would be sent off to Aldrich to be devoured, which, that's a no-go for me, brother. After presumably decades of gorging himself on humans, Aldrich gained an extraordinary amount of power, which gave him the qualifications to link the First Flame, somehow. Since he was being prepared to become a Lord of Cinder, Aldrich was even allowed to indulge in his depravity as much as he wanted, and he was even allowed to eat children, some of them even his own. But Aldrich, to his credit, when the time came, did in fact sacrifice himself to keep the First Flame going, so good for him. But even though Aldrich was no longer around, his stay had been profound, and through devouring humans and their dark souls, the purified water around the cathedral had become corrupted, and eventually it became the Deep, an abysmal sea of rotten darkness. When Prince Lothric refused to link the First Flame, the Lords of Cinder of old were brought back to life to once again be used as fuel to prolong the Age of Flame, and Aldrich was one of the many that decided, fuck that shit. But Aldrich saw a vision of an Age of Deep that would follow the Age of Flame, and he thought that he could help facilitate that by devouring the old gods. So that's what he set out to do. He went back to the Cathedral of the Deep, and he started seeking out the old gods. He gathered an army of deacons and marched on Irithyll, and he fought with the troops of Pontiff Sulyvahn and squashed them, apparently. and then the two struck a deal. Apparently, Pontiff would maintain some control over Irithyll, and then Pontiff would basically serve him Gwendolyn, who would basically be... I don't know if Gwendolyn was the first god, but he would become the sacrifice to Aldrich. So when you, as the Ashen One, come across Aldrich in the game, that is exactly what Aldrich is doing. Aldrich is consuming Gwendolyn, and I did not know this when I first played the game. Some of you who have seen my playthroughs know that I played Dark Souls 2 first, and then 3, and then 1. So when I first came across Aldrich, I thought that Gwendolyn was Aldrich. Come to find out much later on that Aldrich is the sludge behind Gwendolyn, and he is actually consuming Gwendolyn when you come into the room. And basically Aldrich panics and takes control of Gwendolyn's body and then starts attacking you as Gwendolyn. So when I learned that, that was actually pretty horrifying. So I had to go back and watch that a few times. And actually, if you while you're fighting Aldrich, you can hear Gwendolyn screaming throughout the fight. So that's very interesting. Aldrich has given me many fits in the past, and I have had more than a few problems with him. My youngest son, Aiden, has beaten him in 7 tries, though, the first time he fought Aldrich. So he likes to rub that in my face every now and again. So yeah, Aldrich is certainly an interesting boss. He is quite slow, but he's very powerful in magic. And his arrow attack is just absolutely ridiculous, especially in the second phase. So yeah, Aldrich lives up to his name. He is the devourer of gods, and and as such, one would think you wouldn't want to cross paths with him. And yeah, I think that's pretty much all that you really need to know about Aldrich, devourer of gods. I think, when you really think about it, this is a battle of epic proportions. It may not look like it on paper. Both bosses, well, one boss is almost completely immobile, that being Rykard. And Aldrich isn't very fast himself. But we do have 2 SoulsBorne bosses whose main goal is to devour all the gods. So that's pretty unique, I think. And I think this is definitely a hell of a fight, honestly. Because both of them are very powerful. And both have devastating attacks. Both have attacks that can cover a wide range. I think this is a pretty tough fight to call. But at the end of the day, I don't think that Aldrich can outmatch Rykard. I think Rykard is too powerful. I think he has too many powerful attacks for Aldrich to handle. And I think Aldrich being weak to fire doesn't really help that much. I will say that if and when Aldrich pulls out his arrow attack, Rykard is... I don't want to say dead in the water. I mean, that implies that Aldrich is going to kill him, but I mean, Rykard is eating every single one of those arrows because he can't go anywhere. And I think that's like Aldrich's most devastating attack, but I don't think that would be enough to put Rykard away, and that's probably Aldrich's trump card. So I think the victory goes to Rykard in the end. I think Rykard, Lord of Blasphemy, takes the victory in this fight, and I don't want to say does so handily, but I think he does so with little trouble. I mean, there would be some trouble, but not very much. I think Rykard, Lord of Blasphemy, at the end of the day, takes away the victory. But that is just my opinion. feel free to leave yours in the comments. And with that, yet another edition of SoulsBorne Battle to the Death draws to a close. RobertBlanchardBooks.com. If you're interested in the award-winning Roar of a Dragon series, you can read the first 3 chapters of each book there for free. If you'd like to hear more about them, the Rise of Dragons podcast, wherever you find your favorite podcasts. My Linktree, my Instagram, my Twitter, all Bobby's World 2110. Mondays, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time is the Elden Ring No Crimson Flask Run Volume 2, Lernia of the Lakes. This past Monday, I tried to tie up some loose ends in Lernia before I hit Raya Lucaria, and I got myself into a few pickles, and ended up in some places I actually didn't want to be in. So yeah, if that sounds interesting, you go check that out if you want to. According to the YouTube AI, my gaming videos are also kind of vlog videos, because I do talk a lot about life and things like that. So if you're interested in what I talk about, I do talk about finishing Designated Survivor, the TV show, and I do talk about The Boys Season 5. So if you're interested in that, go check that out. Back in the archives, I have the Dark Souls Remastered No Estus run. I have the Elden Ring No Crimson Flask run, Volume 1, Limgrave. I have the Sekiro No Healing Gourd run. I have the Dark Souls 3 No Estus run, and the Dark Souls 3 No Level Up run. So check those out if you are interested. Bobby's World Hunger Games. There's a whole playlist of that. Plenty of those to check out. It's me and my friends in a Hunger Games simulator. It's one of our favorite types of videos that I put out. Everyone looks forward to it, and hilarity often ensues. So definitely have a look at that if that piques your interest. Your Father's Story videos, me answering questions from a book called Your Father's Story, talking to the boys about life, love, and the pursuit of happiness and things like that. So that's more of a vlog style type series. So if that's more your speed, go check that out. Wednesdays, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time is what you're watching right now, SoulsBorne Battle to the Death. So I don't really have to explain too much of that. Saturday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time is Bobby's Gaming Lounge, where that's my weekly live stream where I play games, and you guys come in the chat, and we just hang out and have a good old time. So lately we've been playing Resident Evil Village. This past Saturday was a particularly fun stream. A lot of cool people dropped in, and we had a fun little chat. It was a fun time. So yeah, you want to be part of that? Once again, Saturdays, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But if you want to go back and check out what I've done so far, was part 2 this past Saturday. Go have a look at the video on demand. It's up there for everyone's viewing pleasure. And I also put up a short from the first installment of Resident Evil Village, and it's got me a little bit of heat. People are mad at me on YouTube. So yeah, go check that out if you're interested, and if you feel like being pissed off at me, go for it. I can take it. It's fine. So yeah, those are all the programming notes that I have right now. Thank you so much, as always, for the recent growth in the channel. It's been pretty amazing to watch. It's still going. I just hit 5,500 subscribers. The watch times are still good. So, everything else is still good. I've been using the YouTube AI a lot to summarize my videos and summarize the analytics and stuff like that. So putting things together, trying to, what's the word I'm looking for? Trying to, I don't know, condense things, I guess, a little bit, and try to make it a little more viewer friendly. So I mean, that's something that the YouTube AI has been great for. And I'm not a huge fan of AI in most things, but I do think that the YouTube AI is pretty amazing, I have to say. So it's been cool for summarizing the videos themselves and summarizing the analytics and giving me a good idea of what I should be doing and what I should be working on. So as a matter of fact, Battle to the Death is going to undergo a format change in the next few weeks. I kind of already have the next couple weeks recorded already, so it's a little bit difficult to do it that way, but I'm gonna work some things out. I'm gonna put my brain to work and come up with some new things and see what happens. yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm trying to find more and easier ways for you to consume this content and hopefully find it more entertaining. So that's it. And I appreciate you guys to no end. I have no words for the love that, you know, I've experienced here on the channel. It's just been awesome, and I really, 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 really appreciate it with all the hard work I put in. As a matter of fact, Kate commented on that after the live stream on Saturday. As a matter of fact, I was just sitting outside with her, and I was just like in my glory. I'd had so much fun, and she was like, you know, because she was worried about all the hours I was putting in at work and then spending all my time doing this. But she was like, you know, I know you love doing this, so I want you to make time for recording and things like that. And she was seeing me all happy, and she was like, you know, when I see you like this, you know, that's when I know you're putting your energy into the right spot. You know, she goes, I can see you're burnt out sometimes, but you know, it's worth it when I see you like this. So so that meant a lot to me, and I'm glad that I'm putting my energy in the right place, and I'm glad that you guys are enjoying the content. And yeah, I have no other words to add to that. I mean, Kate pretty much summed it all up right there. So, mwah! I love you guys. Thank you so much. I hope everyone has an amazing week. Be well, stay safe, and as always, it's Bobby's World, and you're all just living in it. See y'all's Eve Alive, y'all. Bye.
Hey, boss.
Yes, Courtney.
Mrs. Anderson called. She wanted to order several copies of your books for family and friends.
Oh, that's amazing. Get some ordered, have them sent over to me, and I will sign them for her. I really appreciate it if you could do that for me.
I didn't know you were an author.
You did. Courtney, you've been with me for like 2 years now, and we've talked about it fairly constantly, and there's an ad at the end of every one of these videos.
Well, that doesn't mean that I listen to everything you tell me. Are the books any good?
Well, readersfavorite.com said that its intensity rivals that of the Game of Thrones series. I know, that's pretty crazy, but that's exactly what it says. It's on the Cry of a Raven review. Go check it out.
Well, that's pretty cool. What are the books about?
It's about a soldier who gets exiled for saving a baby dragon, and later he's killed, and he wakes up 3,000 years later with strange powers, and he's watched over by the very same dragon, and the world has been overrun by evil, and he now must travel back in time to stop the evil that started in his own home country.
Wow, that sounds interesting. How can I get copies of the books?
Well, you can go to robertblanchardbooks.com and order your copies there. You can read the first 3 chapters of each book there for free. And if you want to hear more about them, you can listen to the Rise of Dragons podcast.
You have a podcast too?
You know what, Courtney? You are doing such an amazing job that I think you are due for a raise. How does that sound?
Oh my gosh, that's so awesome. Thank you, boss.
You bet. Too bad the raise is going to be when I raise a water balloon over her head and just... Maybe I'll wait until her mom calls. I think she'll find that pretty funny. Go to robertblanchardbooks.com right now and get your copies of the series that got 3 5-star reviews from readersfavorite.com, 3 Author Shout Recommended Reads Awards, and 2 Literary Titan Silver Awards. You can read the first 3 chapters of each book there for free, read more reviews, short stories, and much more. And if you want to hear more about them, you can listen to the Rise of Dragons podcast wherever you find your favorite podcasts.